Wow, what a gorgeous shot. New Hampshire, and it feels like fall we're hearing. Those of you going to some of those Friday night football games tonight, it should be a little cooler. It won't be scorching hot. Should be comfortable for you. Anyway, we're getting ready for the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. It is set to ring here in just a few minutes. The jobs report is out and unemployment is up slightly. Jobs created in August were down just a little bit. We'll get more details on that momentarily. Could that potentially affect the markets, though, later on today? Who knows? We'll, of course, find out. In the meantime, things looking good in pre-market trading. As you can see, most of our board is in the green. Hopefully it stays that way. Again, we'll take you to the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange here in short order. But now let's get you over to David. David, good morning.
Okay, good morning, T. Bates. Let's talk more about the jobs cut, or the jobs report, I should say, which, anyhow, let's get to it. Time for our daily dose of dollars and common sense with American Sunrise Early Edition host, guy behind Jake's Take Substack, Jake Novak. All right, Jake, let's get to that big August jobs report. Just came out about 45 minutes ago. Numbers not good, Jake.
No, it said that only 22,000 net new jobs were created in August, and that was lower than even the already pretty low expectation of 75,000. There was some good news in the report. If you do have a job, the average earnings, hourly earnings for workers went up pretty nicely, so that's good news. But you know what? The markets like this low number, David. Bad news is good news because the markets are obsessed, as I told you on this program, they're obsessed with the Fed. And this weaker jobs report means that the Fed will be under even more pressure to almost definitely cut interest rates later this month. If you're looking to refinance your mortgage or maybe buy a new house, just hold on a minute there because mortgage rates are going to come down pretty hard today because that's this reaction to this report, again, ahead of what the Fed is expected to do now with interest rates. So it's good for stocks. The markets are going to rally today, at least at the outset. They rallied yesterday in expectation of this weak report. But again, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. If you are working, you're making more. We're still creating jobs. It's still positive. But obviously, we need lower interest rates to get this economy moving. We need a few other things, too. But we got to start with the lower interest rates.
Any sense of why it's so low? Like even lower than the 75,000? I mean, this is dramatically lower.
Yeah, well, we know that the left and the mainstream news media is going to blame the tariffs. I don't think it's that. I think because the tariffs have been around for a while now, and this hasn't happened yet. I actually think we need to start looking into more AI, and not just in the big tech sector. David, I have friends at some very big law firms in New York and D.C. who have told me that their firms are not hiring any new graduates now because AI does all the work that first-year associates used to do. This can't just be in the legal community. I think that AI might be really starting to take its toll here. It can't be the only reason, but we should take a look at that pretty closely.
By the way, real quick, you mentioned mortgage rates. What's the average mortgage rate right now? About 6.5, 6.75. What is it right now? And what do you think?
Lower.
You think it's going to go down by? It's lower. Go ahead.
I do, yeah. We're about 6.4 right now, and that's low. It's certainly a lot lower than it was. And again, remember, under the Biden administration, it shot up from historic lows to crazy high levels. I think that we now, because of this number and what's going on right now in the bond market, we are likely to see the average 30-year mortgage rate get below 6% in the coming days.
Really?
That will be a very, very big psychological change. Even, David, even if it's 5.9999, I think that will be a huge psychological change for people. Also for refinancing. Your monthly cost to refinance are going to go down. And this will help the jobs market, by the way, as well, because people will go to Home Depot, buy that new house, do the improvements they need to do it, or spruce up the house to sell it. It can really help the economy.
All right, let's talk now about our Sydney Sweeney business update. You knew this was going to happen. All the left-wing hysteria against the American Eagle Outfitter commercials with Sydney Sweeney, there she is in her jeans, led to, she's got great jeans, by the way, led to huge sales, and now that's led to a move in the stock price. So talk about that.
Yeah, how are these numbers for you, David? American Eagle Outfitters shares rose 38% in one day yesterday. That's a massive move higher because that was in response to their reports about how their sales were heavily boosted by this ad campaign. By the way, American Eagle Outfitters, they weren't doing so well before this. This is a huge resurrection for the company. And hey, lefty people, start whatever you did to Sydney Sweeney and the jeans, please do it to me. I would love to have that kind of a jump. And by the way, over the last 3 months, American Eagle Outfitters shares are up 85%. So, almost doubling in their value. This is a huge deal. This controversy did everything that I think some of the folks knew was going to happen. Maybe not the people who actually put the ad campaign together, but as soon as some people pushed back on it, I think they realized what they had. Getting President Trump to mention it didn't hurt either. Seriously, this is one of those things that reminds me of Billy Joel when they came after him for some of his songs, and he asked certain groups to please keep boycotting my songs because it goes straight to number one.
Yeah, by the way, I hope Sydney Sweeney has a good agent and got some sort of deal on some stock there. I don't know. Seriously. I mean, I don't know what her deal is, but, anyhow. All right, the gearheads, Jake, they've been doing a lot of testing on which cars and trucks are the most reliable, as in the ones that last the longest. So what's the ratings? What vehicle came in best here, Jake? We've got about a minute.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't surprise the viewers to know that Toyota has really, really long-lasting vehicles. Listen, have you seen the prices of new cars nowadays? You might want to keep your car a little bit longer like we used to in the old days. The Toyota Tundra is number one. You have a 37% chance if you buy that truck that it will get to the 250,000 mile mark. That's pretty amazing. The number one American car on that list on the top 10 was the Chevy Suburban. It has about a 22% chance. But folks, do your maintenance on your cars. You will save so much money if you keep your car longer. I know people used to get into the habit of changing it every 3 years. You keep a car 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you will be putting money in your pocket, plain and simple.
15 seconds, Jake. It's Friday. Got a Jets prediction? You are gangrene, if you will.
Yeah, I'm predicting a loss, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think they're going to lose to the Steelers. But it's also going to rain, so I'm predicting a wet crowd, and they won't be able to see their tears because of the rain, so the tears will blend in.
So that's basically a victory, a close loss. We take that as a victory. Jake Novak, great to see you, my friend.
My pleasure.
All right, time for T-Bait. Speaking of losses, let's talk about the Bears. Ooh, okay. That comment might not necessarily be sponsored by AMAC, but his segment is. Here it is.
The Association of Mature American Citizens is the conservative voice for Americans 50 and older. AMAC is fighting for the values that you hold dear. Join today. Together, we can write the course of America.
Shots fired. David Brody. Wow. Okay. I see what you're doing there. The applause is underway at the New York Stock Exchange, which means we are moments away from the opening bell ringing, and then we'll get an idea of how the markets are shaping up on this final day of trading of this work week. Let's just see. Here we go. There's the bell, ladies and gentlemen. The markets are now officially open, and just like that, it looks like all of the major indices, at least, are continuing to be in the green. The Dow, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq are all up. Hopefully that's a good sign of things to come. Again, there's lots of information out there, lots of new information that potentially could affect the market, specifically the jobs report that just came out, and it was a little worse than was expected, but we'll, of course, see how it ultimately pans out here on this day of trading. When inflation jumps, when you hear the national debt is over $37 trillion, do you ever think, well, maybe now would be a good time to buy some gold? Whether it's a hedge against inflation, peace of mind during global instability, or if it's just for sensible diversification, the Birch Gold Group believes that every American should own physical gold. So, they created something special. Until September 30th, if you're a first-time gold buyer, the Birch Gold Group is offering a rebate of up to $10,000 in free metals on qualifying purchases. If you'd like to claim eligibility and start the process, request an information kit right now. In order to get that kit, all you have to do is text the word America to the number 989898. Plus, the Birch Gold Group can help you roll an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, and you're still eligible for a rebate of free metals up to $10,000. The Birch Gold Group is the only precious metals company so many Americans trust, and they've got tens of thousands of customers. Make right now your first time to buy gold and take advantage of a rebate of up to 10 grand when you buy by September 30th. Again, just text the word America to the number 989898 to make it happen. Well, crime is down, the economy is up, and President Trump surges to his highest approval rating yet. We'll break down the latest poll numbers when American Sunrise returns.